Hello. So I played another quick draft M21, and unfortunately I went to 3. This is my rank right now, and I think I'll stop now with ranked limited games in January and play some cubes. And when Kaldheim releases play, I will play sealed decks of the new set, so I like to start these new sets with sealed events. So I'm gonna sit on my rank here, watch how it changes. So I expect some falling down, but I think I should stay in the top 1200, and that's good enough. I tried to take a shot at ending up on a high place, but unfortunately the last drop didn't go well, and I took a hit significantly. Also, I was spurred down in one game. I was 110th by the time, and I played with someone with the number 900 plus or something, and it was an auto draw before the game began, and I still took a hit in my rank. So these auto draws that happen from time to time in arena, that the game doesn't start, you get a draw immediately. It turns out that they affect your rank. So I fell down a bit without my fault, and that's really discouraging to keep playing for some top place. I think I'm just happy with staying in the top 1200 this season, if that's the case. So I'm gonna play a Tinkerer's Cube. I played the first iteration of this cube, and it was really fun. I liked it, but haven't got a chance to play any cube lately. I missed the cube in December because I was focusing on constructed ranked play. I reached Mythic, but unfortunately didn't get into the top 1200. So now now I don't want to miss cube. So I'm gonna start with the best of one version, but maybe I could play a traditional one tomorrow or before it leaves the arena. So when I am gonna spend gold now, I'm willing to save some gems for sealed events. So now I think if you have enough gems with if your gem is worth more than 5 gold, you'll better spend gems. I think that's the right choice most of the time, but you get gold for your quests and such, so if you're running out of gems, you may spend gold, even if it's not a good rate, and it's not here. But I'm gonna spend gold right now. So today I've viewed the list of this cube. It looks pretty interesting. There are some clear archetypes, but I think you can get a very original deck as well. Some mix of micro synergies and such. It really looks interesting, and I'm gonna try to stay open at the beginning, so like in most of my drafts. This isn't bad. This as well. This, yeah, this can be good. I don't like this. This is also quite nice. So a token generator seems nice, and this isn't the same power level now. This is interesting. Skewer the Critics is one of the better burn spells. So this is tempting. It can draw a lot of cards in the right deck. And this is also a value card. It's very cheap and still very threatening. So I'm not sure. I would pick one of these two. I'm gonna stay with my first choice. Let's see what can come later. I like Croxa. This is also tempting. This is quite good. This is nice. So Selesnya can get this counters, +1/+1 counters synergies, and I can get into a life gain deck that is also powerful. Could get this and try to be a 4 power matters deck, but it shouldn't be that high pick, I suppose. So not sure what do I want here. Maybe I could get Croxa, but I'm not looking to get a multicolor card that fast, and this is quite tempting. But maybe let's try this. This live gain archetype really seems well enabled. So now with lifelink it gets more powerful, and I'd like to note that this is weird that such powerful artifact comes at pick 3. Maybe there were 2 better cards, but I doubt it, because it's one of the best cards you can get and still leaves you open to any color. So maybe you may have some favorites of which color it fits the best. Probably some life gain matters decks, so Orzhov, white, black, but still it's great in every deck, I suppose. So or maybe not in some control decks, but in every color can get enough creatures to run such powerful equipment. So I'm glad I took it. And here the best cards are in my colors, if I can call Selesnya colors my colors at this point. So it's I'm not saying I'm committing to these colors already, but so both creatures are very tempting here. This is better for the curve. Taking a premium 2-drop is really great. But Lieutenant, I think if I end up in Selesnya, this +1/+1 counters matter theme can be also great. So I can have a lightning sub theme and counters as my main theme, and this is very good, but it's not as synergistic, I suppose, as Lieutenant. So I'll go with that for now. Okay, I have 2 4-mana creatures, but Collected Company still is very tempting, and nothing really tempts me. as much. This could be nice in a life gain matters theme, but it's still an aura. You can get 2 for 1. You only get 1/1 lifelink token out of your cards. It's still something, but that's not a lot. I may get enough cheap creatures, 3 or less, to play Collected Company. So now I may regret passing that 2 mana elf, but Lieutenant can be very good in such deck as well. So I think I'll try that. So now it's getting tougher because I would like to take this, but it counts as a creature, but isn't a creature for company. So there is some tension there. I could. So I don't have any enchantments yet, but this can be powerful in Selesnya as well. This isn't bad. This is very good in Cube, I suppose, because a lot of powerful artifacts and enchantments are there, so having a good creature that you can find with Collected Company and still acting as a naturalize, maybe overcosted naturalize at this point, but it can stay on board and be a good creature for some time and then turn into naturalize when you need it. So this can fit my counters theme, but it's I think I would prefer to prioritize creatures, and I might get into this life gain theme as well. So Pridemate with Shadow Spear, that's brutal. That's just great. So I think I'm gonna go with Pridemate as one of the best payoffs for life gain. This is also good. So it's worth noting that some good blue auras are also running. So Staggering Insight was earlier. I'm gonna speculate on that. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe. So I still don't have any enchantments. So maybe it's better to pick my archetype, but I might just change it because it's brutal in the right deck, and also Selesnya can be an enchantment deck. I may just ditch Collected Company and have some good creatures, but prioritize enchantments. The other option could be taking this, and it's still a good 2-drop, but I think this is a bomb, and this is just a role player, a good creature that I can replace with something else. So I suppose some speculation makes sense. I could go really deep into this enchantments theme and have this. This can be brutal in some decks, but this maybe leaves you more open, because if you fight something, you get your cards back if you win the fight. So maybe. This looks tempting enough. So I prefer a cheaper creature here. This can be brutal in Selesnya, I think, especially in Selesnya. So another good card. Maybe I'm still not deciding on an archetype. I could prioritize enchantments, but I think it's much better than in Immutable Will. I can cut Company if I get more enchantments, or I could cut Sigil if my potential so this can be good with Sigil, attacking with one creature and sitting on the other, but it's still a 4 mana slot. I think this is still an enchantment and fits. and fits collected company, so I could keep both maybe if everything goes the right way. So I'm gonna pick some of this. Oh, this is an enchantment, a life linker. This is also tempting, but maybe this is what I picked is worse for collected company, but better for sigil, so that's not bad. You get some really good stuff here. This is also good, but quite expensive. This could be very good with sigil. So I think I'm set on my colors and still staying open towards the archetype. Maybe I should decide more, but I think I will go with an aspirant now. This can be really great with this, and probably some other cards I should pick later. So if this comes back, it's still very tempting, and this is good. Maybe this will come back if no other good card from my colors comes. It's still nice. So this isn't great with collected company, but so great in every other aspect, I suppose. So still, this creature and counters theme is more tempting to me than this sigil. I may ditch sigil and still be happy with what I end up with. This is also nice. This isn't bad because but I have a Brontodon now, so it's not that important. So there are some good cards in other colors, but still, it really looks like I'm getting the good stuff. Maybe I don't understand something, maybe I'm mistaken, but it really looks well. So another counter theme, but starts as a really small creature and takes time to get going. I think Conclave Tribunal is more exciting to me right now. So even if I end up cutting Sigil and be this collected company deck, I think I need a very good removal, and this should be very good in my deck. So it should come cheap if I have cheap enough creatures, and it looks like that. I may think about splashing blue for this auras and draw some cards, but it's not necessary, I suppose. We will see if I get something splashable enough next. Ancestral Mask. This also can be brutal. This is an enchantment and a creature and a gain life supporter. It's still not bad, but I think it can wheel to me. Maybe I'll speculate on this Spirit Dancer and go deeper into auras if I can get enough good auras. So I'm still split between these enchantments and creatures option, but nothing that good for me anyway. So this could be a good role player in my deck or Ancestral Mask, but I think taking, even for speculation, taking this Spirit Dancer isn't bad. This can be powerful enough, but I suppose... Is this coming back? Can I count on it? Because I would like to take this. This can also be quite good. This is just... this has some bomb potential for 6 mana, and for example creating 4/2/2 tokens is very powerful. even 3 for 5 mana. So it doesn't really fit my synergies that well. But I think I'll speculate on this and then try to count on this Mantle returning. So I have more white cards than green cards right now. So Nylea isn't that appealing to me, and this can be found with Collected Company, but if I get it in my hand I can cast it for 5 and then it fits this counter theme, so it looks really nice to me. So I'm gonna go with Cabo here. I don't think so. So this isn't that great, but do I want to splash black or just cast this for WW the first half? It's not a bad idea as well. I think I'm gonna stay with the fire. Both 1-drops are appealing. So I suppose with a Janis Bridemate and this Paladin, this is good, but with counter synergy Pelt Collector is also very appealing, but I'll go with Vanguard here, I suppose. Let's take this. I don't want to play anything here, I suppose. So maybe I could have picked this fixing card, but I'm not looking to splash blue. This can be good. I don't think I'll be splashing red for this. I think this can be quite good in the go white deck, and maybe I'll splash black for the removal part. Yes, I prefer creature here. I think I'm gonna ditch this enchantments plan. Mask is still quite nice. I'm not saying it isn't, but and splash both colors. I don't think I play this, but I don't think I'll splash red, but I picked some cards anyway. Both cards are very appealing here. Fixing is also appealing. This I don't think so. So how many auras do I have? 5, so 2 are blue. I won't play them. And red. So I don't think I have enough auras in my own colors that I want to play. So one of these two is the most appealing, but I think Scavenging Ooze is better overall, and it can really stop some decks, and this is also very nice. If it comes back, I'll be quite happy, but So I have some 4 mana creatures, and this is quite good. I don't think I want mana dorks in my deck, it will be quite cheap. But so this doesn't fit the collected company that well, but I think it's just brutal in if your creatures don't die but return as flyers, so you got to kill them twice. And they even gain evasion after the first death, so I think I'll be quite cheap and aggressive deck, so this can be very threatening high end here. So I'm gonna go with this Charming Prince. Charming Prince is very nice as well. This isn't bad, but it's not a high priority. This can be quite good in my deck, but I don't think I want to play a lot of non-creatures, so it might get cut anyway. And Charming Prince, I think it can do some good stuff, although I don't know if I have good enter the battlefield abilities, but it still gains life, so it supports some themes anyway, and Scry isn't bad as well, so it's just a good 2-drop, and I need cheap creatures. I think I'm gonna play Collected Company in my deck, so let's support it. Healer's Hawk is tempting, but I think I'm gonna go with Fixing now. This might come back. This isn't bad, but I think I have enough 4-drops for my deck, and this I don't look to play this. It could be nice, but how many non-creatures do I want to play? If I will play Collected Company, I think I won't have a place for too many non-creatures, so I prefer to just cast creatures after creatures. This isn't bad as well, but it's also a non-creature. This could be just brutal in my deck. I think I'm gonna pick this. Castle is also tempting. This isn't bad as well. This isn't bad, so I got some real options here, but this is probably the best. So if I have not a lot of slots for non-creatures, I will really try to make room for this one. So that ship probably has sailed now. I won't play that many enchantments. This is also a non-creature I'm not that happy to play. I think I prefer Burglar at this point. So imagine this with Collected Company. So getting this on the battlefield and finding even more creatures, that's a lot of value. I think this is tempting. So I'm gonna pass on these rare cards. Okay. This is also very good for my deck, but I won't pass Venerated Loxodon here. So it's really hard. I want to play Collected Company, but I also want to play a lot of creatures that can't be found with Collected Company, and some non-creatures seem so great, so it will be hard to build my deck properly, but still I think I prefer this even to Fixing that I would play for sure. So I'm gonna take a cheap creature here. I don't think I'm gonna look for auras in my deck, so this actually makes more sense in my deck. I think I'm still gonna cut it, but let's take it for now. So I don't look to splash blue here. I think I'm set on on this. So Mana Dork, I might cut it because my deck will be very cheap, but let's take it for now. What here? Here we have... I won't make room for this. I think I want to play more creatures. So this makes the most sense. It's still a candidate for cutting, but it's most likely to see play from these cards. And Healer's Hawk, I'm happy to pick. This is too expensive for my deck now. I have better 4-drops. And I think I'm set with 1-drops to some degree, so I'll improve my deck if I pick a better land. And this is also nice, but I think I'm set on non-creatures as well, so the land will make the cut for sure. So Blessing makes more sense, I suppose. I won't play that many enchantments. Okay, thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna build my deck in the next video. So check out the whole playlist of this event linked in the description. And then you can find the deck building video there, and then all my games. See you.